The start of coronavirus outbreak in a few regions, which later on went out to become very severe, spreading across the world, that the World Health Organization had to declare it as a pandemic, had brought down upon the humanity, the global economy, and nation states. The healthcare systems and governance of nation states were put to test, and leaderships had to leap forward by double fold to deal with the immense impact of the pandemic that is clearly visible in our daily lives today. My research revolves around the impact of COVID-19 outbreak on tourism sector of Bhutan. Tourism sector is one of the highest revenue generator of the country, and it employs many people directly and indirectly. However, with the outbreak of the coronavirus in the country on March 5, 2020, the tourism sector came at a complete standstill, leaving those employed in the sector without income. At the national level, the revenue generated from the tourism sector has drastically went down compared to the previous years. Therefore, this research aims at understanding the response of government of Bhutan to the outbreak of coronavirus within the country and the recovery measures to address the impact of the pandemic, in particular focusing on tourism sector by looking at the issue through the lens of disaster management cycle, as this pandemic is a health disaster. In response to the outbreak, Bhutan put travel restrictions on incoming tourists, and contact tracings of the primary contacts were done. Schools and public places such as recreational areas and parks were closed to avoid the community transmission, and quarantine for the incoming Bhutanese for 21 days were made mandatory, for which the expense was all borne by the government. In addition to that, several lockdowns and travel restrictions within the country also had to be implemented to control the community outbreak. More importantly, public finance schemes were initiated under His Majesty's and government's leadership to ease the hardship on those businesses and individuals who were affected by the pandemic. It included the loan payment deferment and interest waivers. On the other side, tourism resilience and recovery measures were formulated under the Economic Contingency Plan 2020, which included short-term programs which will aim to engage those displaced employees from the tourism sector, and long-term programs that will prepare the tourism sector for reopening. Thus, the government responses and recovery measures does not only provide immediate assistance to the affected victims, but are also beneficial for long term, as partnership with other institutions and policy reviews will address the sustainability issues in future. In situations like this, resorting to other alternatives such as improving the domestic tourism through government initiatives will lower the degree of impact in the future. Thank you.